love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews, we are lost supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around, now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues, we love you, what more can we say? Let's see you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll, when we sing together, we're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues, we love you, what more can we say? We have the team that's tops here at St Andrews, they gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on city, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton.
Welcome back to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show, the show that has more international breaks than the Premier League. So there we are, sitting pretty fourth spot. Very good win against Fulham and a noisy 3,700. You went up for one of the best away day parties of the year. The Championship is all about grinding out results week in and week out. We know that only too well over the last 5 seasons. However, them up the road are finding out what we seasoned professionals in this league already knew. Great to see the Row Out Brigade silenced. In fact, stay silent. Win, lose or draw. We should have far better understanding of what we are and some people's expectations. As for picking up the penalty taker, let the boss and the captain decide. The bungee jump is complete and a red-eyed Mr. Fun was lowered from the 160-foot crane after successfully jumping out without hesitation, much to all our relief. Mr. Nivea is back from his sabbatical, and now we head into the autumn and winter months for what is going to be a very exciting season. The Tilton Tour bus has had much conversation over the last few days, so watch out for the named away day details as soon as we have them. Congratulations to Blues ladies for getting the final of the Continental Cup. Chris will be bringing you an update on tickets and travel shortly. Let's go to the Etihad and show them what the second city is all about. And back the girls. Onwards and upwards, so once again strap yourselves in, get ready for the ride, and it's just another holiday in the life of a Blue Nose.
Yes, right. Straight.
Welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show with myself, Mr. Browne.
Good evening.
And Mr. Pugh.
Good evening.
Loads and loads and loads to talk about because we've had a couple of weeks off. And Chris, perhaps you can enlighten the listeners about what we're going to do going forward about the breaks.
About the breaks. Yeah. Well, we do hope that we're going to have sort of like a relief DJ.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Well, there's a good chance it could be you.
It is me.
We've just had a little bit of a lesson, haven't we, in software?
Yes,
and I think you've grasped it quite quickly, haven't you?
Well, I am quite good with the kind of DJ software because I use it all the time anyway. So, but yeah, we'll give it a few tweaks. We'll do a few tests, and then hopefully, if anybody's off, sick, ill, or on holiday, likewise, then the Tilton Talk Show continues. It won't be in its normal format, of course, and normal service will always be resumed as soon as possible. Yeah. But what we'll do is we'll bring you something special, some roundups and some phone-ins, etc., etc., etc. Hopefully, also you can enlighten the listeners though about the situation on the phone-ins, Chris, because we're looking to do this more regular.
We are, yes, and in a few weeks' time we're going to have some phone-in software to make it a lot easier for people to phone in.
Thank you for that.
Easy as that. Well, can you leave me alone for a bit now?
Welcome back off your holidays.
Thank you.
Welcome back to you, Chris, as well. Right, first off tonight we're going to talk about Blues ladies and their amazing achievement with a 4-0 win over London Bees.
Yes.
And to get themselves into the final of the Continental Cup at the Etihad.
Yes, the ladies, Academy Stadium.
Academy Stadium, yeah.
Yes. So the semi-final was at the London Bees home ground, the Hive. Sadly, I was rather ill I couldn't make my way down.
What was the matter with you? Are we at liberty to ask?
I just not well. Not a well.
What was the matter with you? Are we at liberty to ask?
I just wasn't well.
What was the matter with you? Are we at liberty to ask?
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, I had it on the Monday.
Did you?
Poorly.
So 4-0 away win. They are a WSL2 side, London Bees, but they had knocked out Chelsea in previous rounds. So they were a tough task, especially at their home ground as well. But Kirsty Linnett got the opening goal, and from the people I spoke to who were there and the reports, we pretty much dominated from there. Keris Harrop scored the second early on in the second half, and from that moment it was one-way traffic really. Charlie Welling scored an excellent goal to make it 3-0, and then Andrine Hegerberg, the Norwegian international, scored. I think it was given as an own goal by the keeper, but scored the fourth. So fantastic.
When is the final?
The final is on Sunday, the 2nd of October.
Oh, okay.
At the Academy Stadium in Manchester.
And we've only been allocated, I believe, 800 tickets for that.
Is that well? We've been given a. You see, they have allocated blocks where Blues fans would prefer, if they want to sit together, then they can sit. I think it's block 5 and block 6 are the allocated Blues fans blocks. So tickets are on sale now through the Man City website, or you could contact Blues Ladies. I think there's a block booking might still be available. I think it's cheaper if you book 15 plus, I think. So if there's a large group, then that's available as well, I think. But yeah, so obviously
I'm guessing you're going to go, though.
Yeah, I'll be going. Yeah. But going up to Man City to play Man City in the final in their own backyard, it's that they've still yet to be beaten this season. They're I think they're 1 point. They need a draw. Their next game is against Chelsea. I think if they draw that, they've won the league. So it's going to be the toughest of tasks to ask to go to Man City and win the cup. But what an opportunity for them to get it over the line. There's a few of the girls who have gone away on international duty this week. So hopefully they'll all come back injury free and ready for the final.
Yeah, and it's a good final after all.
Anything can happen in the final.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great to get a load of blue noses up there and make some serious?
Yeah, I know. There have been quite a few requests for the group bookings. So the 15 plus bookings is going quite well. So hopefully, like you say, there'll be pretty much half and half. Hopefully, that'll be the ideal situation.
Marvellous. Any more lose from the ladies' camp then, or is that about
I think who were the three? Coral Haynes, Sophie Bagley, and Jess Carter got called up for England under-20 camp. Mel Lawley has been called up for what is basically an England B camp. They're going off, and the England under-17 World Cup squad was announced today, and Ellie Brazil and Connie Schofield were included in that. So plenty of Blues international recognition over the last few days. Andrine Hegerberg got called up to the Norway squad as well. So
very nice lady.
Fantastic.
Very nice lady.
Very nice
Plenty of recognition in international duties, though, which is always good to see.
And if all goes well, or if all doesn't go well, then we better get these 2 seats full of a couple of ladies again afterwards, and and talk it out.
Absolutely,
well, good luck to Blues ladies, because it's a massive achievement to get to any cup final.
Yeah.
The annoying bit is for me that it's played at Manchester City.
Yes.
Could have chosen a neutral ground, to be perfectly honest with you, Chesterfield or somewhere like that in between the two. And done it fair and square. But
ideally, yes, absolutely. It's pretty rough.
But I suppose these things are decided before the competition starts.
Yeah, well, it was probably before the quarter final, I think. But I was reading a piece on how the venues are decided, and every WSL club had the opportunity to put their claim in to hold it at their ground.
Right.
Man City did, and they got it. So if Man City put their ground in, then they've got the best facilities of anybody in the league. So, but ideally, I wouldn't. If it was up to me, I wouldn't hold it at any WSL club's ground. I'd hold it at a non-WSL ground altogether.
For instance,
anyway, I think it's been held at Burton. Previously, I think it's been held at MK Dons as well. So you could have had it, anywhere really.
St Andrews.
Well, yeah.
Okay, latest then on the Blues under-23 game that's taking place tonight is Blues 2, Millwall 1. There you go. So that's the latest that we've got from there. 36 minutes gone in that one. So good luck to them. An issue I didn't really want to talk to, but it has cropped up on the talks that we've done over the last couple of days. Is Super Six? Chris, we're not doing so well, are we, Mr. Pugh?
No, we're not.
You're even below me.
You are. I think I'm just saying you're both below me.
Yeah, all right. Okay, we were talking. Can you just carry on with the headphones?
I'll carry on.
I was concentrating too much on international football, and I completely forgot about it last week.
You forgot to play?
I did.
I
forgot to play last week. Yeah.
That's why Sharon was saying,
that's 2-0. There's 2-0 this season.
Yeah.
One that I did actually do, though, which is even more embarrassing. But
currently out in the lead is Ray Hobro with 64, Tom Hazelop second, 60, Craig Darby also joint second on 16, and Christina Hobro with 55. Do you think Christina and Ray are colluding together a little bit on this one?
Sort of not right.
You know what I mean?
I don't like that.
It's almost like me and you were colluding together as well, getting them all wrong.
It's to be terrible, yeah.
Stephen Cale then on 56, Gareth Hudson the Stokey on 54, Craig Masters also 54, and Matthew Golden 52, and then it goes down. My sister's on 50, Chris Lloyd 49, Chris Browne is somewhere in there with 45. We've got
I cannot finish the season below Chris Browne.
Yes,
cannot. That is not going to happen.
Ollie Osborne all the way down there on 32, 27th place. You've got to click again before we get to me and you, Chris. Sharon's on 25th place with 34 points. And you've got to click again before you get to me and you, mate. So, there I am in 31st place with 27. And you're in 34th place with 24.
24, that is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious.
And got to welcome Gordon Tompkinson, who's joined us this week on Super 6. He's only just started playing, so we probably won't include him in the...
got a head start on Gordon there.
Yeah, no, it'll be his first time. I downloaded the app for him the other day, and so bless him. Anyway, off you go.
He's getting a comment from the ladies, regarding the ladies, sorry. Birmingham City FC should support the ladies a lot more than they do at the moment. Why didn't they put St Andrews down for the final? Said Ian.
I suppose it's very difficult putting the championship.
It's a lot. I would say that it's going to cost them. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's all about cost, isn't it? At the end of the day,
stadium.
Yeah, for a continent FA Cup. I mean, the FA Cup final got about 40,000, I think, at Wembley, but that's FA Cup, and I think the Continental Cup isn't as big as the FA Cup, obviously. So a 30,000 seater stadium might look a
is
quarter
it regarded
full.
as the second biggest?
Yeah, it's almost like the men's version of the League Cup. Yeah. So but like I said before, it's been held at the likes of Burton, and it's got good attendances there. But it just would have been nice to be not at a completely neutral ground. But there you go.
Okay.
We'll go there and win it anyway.
Yeah. And still plenty of time to enter the Super 6, says Ray.
Yes, if you are not a member of the Super 6 Tilton Talk League,
as long as you're not doing very well.
Yes.
If you're doing well, stay well away.
What you like, mister. You can be a member of the Tilton Talk League. All you do is press leagues, join a league, and the code for the league is 3H3W5M. 3H3W5M. And you're very welcome to join us. We've got quite much better following this year on it then.
You've researched. You've actually got it up ready.
Yeah.
I think what it is, you really want somebody rubbish on, don't you?
I've got some new software, you see. I'm going to be enthralled with this now. Weekend's performance, 3,700 went down to Fulham, unfortunately, due to work. As normal, I couldn't be one of them. What a noise they made at the end. Have you seen the videos?
Yeah,
yes.
the Diver's Diary is excellent.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Beautiful. And, of course, I tagged my son in it, and his first comment was, why can't Blues be like that? And then, again, you put it back to there's 4,000 in one area, and
Absolutely.
20,000 in an area with 10,000 empty seats.
Lots of gaps.
It's
Yeah.
exactly
That's the difference.
It's exactly as it is.
I want to know what is it with Fulham? Why do teams?
I think it's the
teams
boat ride.
take so many? All 4,000 or 5,000 moving ago.
Because-
They can't all go on the boat ride.
But like
It's a big boat. Well, it's a big boat.
there's that hole behind the goal, isn't it? Is
Yeah.
always free because
Yes.
although there's the away section,
Yep.
it's a neutral section next to it, so you could buy tickets in the neutral section. You know, I think Newcastle took about 7,000 there, and they had the
Tuesday
whole
night, I think.
Friday night. It was,
Yeah,
yeah.
Friday, yeah.
So they just had that whole end of the
Yeah.
ground. But it's a nice part of London. It's it's a nice trip down, and it's quite a picturesque ground, isn't it? So I think that's
It's an old-fashioned ground, isn't it? It's
yeah,
like how grounds used to be.
Yeah.
I think people just enjoy that aspect of it, really.
Also got to pay a little bit of foolish credit to the guy who decided to jump in the Thames afterwards. He fulfilled his bet. He said, if Blues win today, I'll jump in the Thames. And there he is, as a video of him having a little paddle in some very muddy water, shall we say.
Indeed.
Not
not
that we condone those kind of actions.
No. I don't think I'd be
other
doing
good
it.
rivers up and down the country.
Yeah. You wouldn't get me doing anything silly like that.
No. However, as the game progressed, I was like listening as and when I could. Donaldson takes his first penalty and misses it. Half-time chat was that Magoma was going to take penalties, and then the Don stepped up to the mark. Whether he'd had a chat with Magoma or what, I don't know, or just said, no, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Haven't got a clue. But can you imagine what the reaction would have been?
It's a good job he didn't miss it.
If he had missed it.
Otherwise, we'd have been. I think Jukovic would have been
playing for the under-23s tonight, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Got a pound to pick with Davo's Diaries, says Capo.
Oh,
yes, he's iconic to Blues, but I wish that everyone didn't sing songs on the camera like Davo is a leader or Davo. I think it's just a tad embarrassing. Says Capo.
I think it's perhaps just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see what he's saying. Like, but nobody comes up, and there's nobody. You haven't got your normal clan of people outside singing "Pugh, Pugh" through the window tonight. Where are they?
Not every day.
Where are they?
Not every
normally I'm here
day.
tonight.
Normal with the fan club.
And where do we think Birmingham will finish?
Can I just talk about the fan club for a minute, Chris? I have a really good habit, and it is a good habit, I believe. If I'm driving down the street and a bus wants to pull out, I will let that bus go, right, no matter what. Or if somebody wants to turn, right, and I'm right,
Okay.
I always let them go,
Yeah.
just so I get that wave.
Right.
It's just I make it feel as though I'm increasing my fan club.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm with you. But except the person behind you would be out of your fan club.
Or Sharon giving me some ear. I've got to be at work. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So what's your take on the Don and penalties then?
If the fact he missed it, and he missed the one at Wigan, but obviously Davis got the follow up. If Rowett if Rowett's gone in at half time and said Magoma's taken the next one, I think it's very, very brave of Donaldson, and I think Rowett praised his character for wanting to take the penalty. And I've said it before, penalty shootouts and things like that. I want the striker to take the penalty. I want my striker to have the confidence.
He hit it probably in the worst possible place, straight down the middle, though, didn't he?
What, the second one? I think
yeah.
he's waited for the keeper to go this
Yeah.
time, because he struck the first one. In my opinion, it's not a bad penalty, and the keeper's guessed right, and he's tipped it around the post. It's quite a good save. But I think the second one, he's waited for the keeper to move, and he's just put it anywhere the other side. But I want my striker taking a penalty. I want my striker to have the confidence to say, "Do you know what? I'm the number 9 here. I'm taking this penalty. I'm taking responsibility." But like it's completely different. If he misses it, we're fuming, aren't we?
Oh,
if he misses it,
would he put a blue shirt on again?
and we've worked out, and it's come out that Rowett told Magoma to take it.
I don't think Rowett would have been
then he might not
insensitive enough to have said that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And it might be a good bit of play by Rowett coming out and say, "Well, I did tell Magoma to take the penalties, but the Don stood up and became the man, so to speak." So that might be a good play on words for him actually.
But I think Magoma's got a decent enough strike on him that I'd be happy for him to take a penalty.
Yeah.
Obviously, Caddis was taking them before, but he's out of the picture. So I'm happy for my striker to take the penalties, definitely.
This is from Dennis. He says, "Leave the Don to take them. You only grow from failures." That's a bit sort of like a prolific statement. Somebody
It's
with
philosophical.
No brain.
Yeah. Somebody with no brain. Did you say? You like? What an awful man. You've even had a shave tonight.
I know. Yeah. Whatever you. So many comments on the show box that it's going to be difficult to keep up with them. So I'll just have to keep.
Yeah, no problem at
Going
all.
Keep going from.
I think Tesh should take the penalties. He does have a strike on him.
He hit another long range shot, which was well saved, didn't he?
Blue should bring back Kids for the Quid when these new owners take over. Sam Andrews is so quiet, says Michael Graves.
If you look at everything that's happened over the last 5 years, I'm not too surprised, are you?
What, that it's quiet?
Yeah.
No, it's going to be.
It's going to take something to kickstart.
Yeah.
Look, I know what we've got now is the best of what we can have, possibly. Yeah. But to kickstart that back off, and
But I honestly think if we're 4th come March, then they could be charging 40 quid a ticket. It's going to be 25,000 people plus.
Yeah.
Because there's that hope and that optimism that we could go up. And people will be wanting to go to the game. If we're 15th, then we're going to be getting 16,000. Regardless whether it could be Kids for a Quid, but if we're 15th and we're playing Preston at home, then we still aren't going to get 20,000.
It's P&M Arena on Tuesday, February night. Or whatever, half time at the under 23s. It's currently Blues 2, Millwall 1. So it's been described as an entertaining first half. Ends with a decent Millwall spell, so we'll keep our eye on that one during the second half.
Adams, player of the season so far, says Todd.
He has started well. Yeah, he definitely has. He's made an impact. Obviously, the goal against Wolves on his debut. He won both penalties against Fulham, didn't he? But I just think it's that. He's brought a vibrancy and an energy to the forward line that we might have been lacking in the first couple of games. But he seems to be linking well. So long may it continue. He's definitely been a valuable player over the last week or two.
Do we think this 10 million is going to be put forward in January? Says Ryan.
Let's wait and see.
It might be. It might well be, but that's not £10 million transfers.
No,
that's everything.
That's
that's running costs, wages, and transfer fees.
Buyers.
So you might be So you might be looking at 3 million of that is transfer fee. But even if it's 3 million. You could buy 2 players for 1.5 million and improve the squad if we are in a decent position. If we are in a decent position, then hopefully that money will be available to Rowett.
It would be nice to get 10 million, of course, but we do know, and it has been said, it's been said straight outright at the very, very front of that proposed transaction is that it will be overall costs.
Oh yeah. There's no way it's 10 million transfer fee. We're not going to do anything silly. Do you know what I mean? But we can't go for that. But
anything else, Mr. Browne?
Tons.
Huh?
There's tons.
Keep going then.
Okay. Surprise, no Gleeson on Saturday, but Rowett seemed to have got the right midfield.
Well, the thing is, we stole a win there, really, didn't we? We stole a win. Did we have something like 25 shots, 8 on target?
Yeah. But the way I was reading it, and from what people were saying, we firmly bossed it. I think they didn't seem to trouble us that much, Fulham.
No.
A couple of no.
They're having a fairly decent season themselves.
Well, they were unbeaten.
Yeah,
They were unbeaten. This is the thing about that they're playing good football, unbeaten in the league, and then we go there and boss it. But they're gonna have a couple of nervy. There's gonna be moments where they're on top because they're the home side, and there isn't a championship game goes by where there's not a spell of pressure from the home side.
The only thing you have to worry about is loading them 3 points into the hold of the bus and bringing them back home.
Exactly. We
win dirty every week.
We got the goal, and there was the break at the end where Cottrell had his shot saved, and we nearly scored there as well. So, but we are going to be able to do that. That first goal when we're away from home is normally massive. So,
and on Cots, what's your take on Cots getting boos?
I think it's a disgrace anybody booing anybody in a Birmingham City shirt. If you pull a Birmingham City shirt on,
will the boos as he come on?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Anybody that boos any.
Because I think when he come on against Norwich, I heard a few boos when he come on.
Is this all going back to the Wales thing, or what's it going?
I can't imagine.
I just think I think people are a little bit frustrated with him for his performances at the start of the season, and obviously there's. The last couple of transfer windows, there's been the Cardiff rumour lurking about, hasn't there? That Cardiff are in for him, or he'd like to go back to Cardiff. But like Nick said, when a player's coming on, you can't boo a player as he's about to come on to play for you. I think that's
you get up for work in the morning, right? You go to work at 8 o'clock and you're greeted by your work colleagues, and they're going, "Oh, you're absolutely awful at your job. You're nobody. You're useless." This and the other.
Like I do every day.
Well, you're probably, or you walk into work and they're saying, "Come on, let's do this today. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
We can master this." Which would you rather have?
Yeah.
So I just think booing is, especially of your own. One of your own is. I think it's vile.
I don't have a problem with it if they've had a bad game and they've got battered. You let them know how you feel at the end of the game.
At the end of the final whistle.
Yes. But as they're coming on, I don't see the benefit in that at all. No.
Unless of course it's for the away team.
Right. Yeah. But plus the fact that he can still contribute a lot to this side. I think. In my opinion, he has still got the ability to contribute a lot to this season. So I wouldn't want him, miserable or whatever.
And all players go through a bad patch every year.
Yeah.
Every one of them. Every one of them.
I mean, it wasn't long ago that the whole team, the Wolves game, the whole tean were getting it, weren't they?
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I think it was probably more justified when we were losing 8-0, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, at that point, yeah.
Not that I condone it. I don't condone it. I don't like it. Don't do it. There you go. That's my take on it. Okay, can we move along, mister?
Okay, I'll
go on. Couple more.
Yeah, go for it. By all means.
Okay, this is a question that's cropped up. It's probably the third time already. What about takeover? It's about time we heard something.
Well, we've got the takeover listed for the second half of the show.
Oh, we're going to talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll have a go at that later.
Fantastic. Okay,
no problem. We will come to that.
I'll just finish off these last couple. We need to fill a stadium now. So reduction. So reduction in entrance fee would go a long way to do this, said Snowy, and Ray said Fulham played football right from the back, including the goalkeeper, who thought he could dribble.
Well, again, that's the one thing we'll come on to perhaps in the second half.
Okay, move on.
Okay. With grateful thanks to the guys from Keep Right On Clothing, we've been supplied a hoodie and a very nice shirt. And we ran a competition a couple of weeks ago when we were last here before Chris had several sabbaticals. And Chris, do you want to announce the winners of that competition?
We've got two competitions. One's for the hoodie and one's for the sweatshirt. Surprisingly,
have a look at what you could have
won.
A
lot of people got the questions wrong.
Right, okay. Do we remember what the questions were?
No.
I don't.
Tom Ross is musical hero.
Yes, absolutely.
And
the Keep Right On Clothing brand.
Yeah.
For all the specific blues band.
And the answer to that one was Trevor Francis.
And I remember Tom Ross was Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
The boss.
Jeff Lynne. Yeah, no, Bruce Springsteen. He said it here live on the show.
Okay, so
we can record that back if you need.
You can pick out the. This is the hoodie. This one.
Which one's this for?
This is the hoodie.
The hoodie.
Okay.
Reading it out.
Go on then, read it out. And the winner of the hoodie is... If you can read my writing.
Edward Bruce.
Edward? No, wait, Edward. It's Edward somebody, yeah. I'll know who it is in a bit. I'll let you know. Edward.
You've
I've
won the
got his second
hoodie.
name coming up, okay.
Okay, if we keep hold of that, then...
Right, so
that one.
are we going to do the second one straight away? Should we do the competition as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
so
for
this
it.
one is for the
Sweatshirt.
sweatshirt. Don't let it be Edward.
Come on, Mr. Bungie.
There we go. And the winner is...
Sam Marsh.
Sam Marsh.
Ding.
There you go.
There you go, Sam Marsh and Edward. Well done. We'll
Okay.
get in contact with you.
I'll get
You
that
have to
sorted,
supply
yeah.
Chris your names and address via email, and they will be in the post to you shortly.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
Well
Smashing,
done.
super smashing, great. And once again, thanks to Keep Right On Clothing. Some
Yes.
nice, not bad actually. Not
Very
bad.
nice.
Very nice.
Very nice
A bit of
indeed.
quality there.
I'll just show the camera. Let's do these as well. There you go.
Nobody wanted to look at you.
Glamorous.
Okay, what does that say on it? What?
Look, it's
Oh,
a word
right,
search.
KROST. I've got a word search.
Yeah, he's got
yeah,
it. He's got
I've
it.
been looking at it ever since I've been here, thinking what all them jumbled up letters are.
Right. There you go.
So thanks to that. Right, Chris, we have a conversation with several admins off Facebook, etc. Usually on a Sunday night
Yeah, Sunday
before the show, just for any pointers that they want to bring up. And you wrote on there something yesterday which I picked up on and I didn't quite get the grasp of.
Me?
Thieving scumbags.
Oh.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. I had heard that apparently some match tickets have been stolen on a coach on the way down to Fulham.
Right.
And I believe this coach was manned by Just Blues fans. So apparently they went to miss. I don't know anything else after that. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. So it's all allegedly. So you're going to bring me up to that, aren't you?
No, I'm not, because I know
Okay.
absolutely
Oh,
nothing
right,
about it.
okay. Maybe somebody will let us know what happened.
But what we have to bear in mind is that it could have been lost, mislaid, never
Yeah,
taken in the first place,
Oh,
etc.,
yeah,
etc.,
yeah,
etc.
yeah.
Just because somebody has said it doesn't mean to say that actually
No.
happened.
But I do know that Ami has sorted them out with tickets when they got there, so that was fantastic. So they got in.
Good
top
man.
They got in, yeah.
top
That's
man,
brilliant.
top man. Okay. What's your take so far on the new Blues crop of players, Chris?
Well, obviously, we've mentioned Adams as well before. Haven't seen a lot of Greg Stewart. Jukovic come on in the second half.
How do you pronounce
against
his name? I struggle with Jukovic.
I think
Jukovic.
Jukovic will
Okay,
do. Yeah.
right, yeah.
I think it's close enough.
Okay, he hasn't scored a
Lucas.
goal since...
Lucas.
We'll just call him Lucas.
We'll call him Lucas.
Lucas hasn't scored a goal then since that fateful day
Yes.
back in... Was it May year before?
May 14.
May 14th,
yeah.
something like that. But at Bolton when he netted one, and it was a good goal as well.
Yeah.
A very good goal, well taken. However, given...
It is. I mean, it's not a great tag, is it, when the striker you buy on deadline day hasn't scored in over 2 years.
But perhaps Gary knows something we don't.
But also, it's Rowit's perfect striker. I think he complements the way we'd play so much, and he's so similar to Donaldson in the way that he can hold the ball up and bring everybody else into play. We've mentioned Adams already. I think the way Donaldson holds the ball up can bring the midfielders into play a lot, and I think Jukovic will do a similar job. And I think if he can get 4 or 5, but then bring everybody else into play in the way that Rowett likes. I think that's why he's gone for him. He's seen that side of him rather than well, obviously the goal side of it. But hopefully he'll banish that record soon and manage to score a few, because I think one of the issues last season was replacing Donaldson. So if Jukovic can do that job, then it gives Donaldson more rest time, doesn't it? In that second half of the season, hopefully.
Yeah.
And Wiggins, the left back, it's cover for grounds. It's another body. Maybe Wiggins starts. We obviously haven't been able to see him yet, but hopefully it's all built into the squad, and there's players in every area now, and there's a bit more depth, and in those tough times in February and March, if we are still, fingers crossed, in the hunts for automatic or playoff places, then those extra players, that extra squad depth will pay dividends, hopefully.
Djukovic.
Yes.
Seems a lot stronger now than his days at Coventry.
His days at Coventry?
Yeah.
Can't say I knew much about him when he was at Coventry. Obviously, when he was at Bolton, and then Burnley was how I know him. But I think it's definitely the physicality side of it that Rowett's looked at, and he's hoping to benefit from. And if he can get goals, then even better.
Yeah. Clothing available from keeprightonclothing.com. Check them out now.
KROclothing.com. Is it Keep Right On Clothing or
KRO?
KRO Clothing, yeah.
KRO.
Yeah, I did search them out this afternoon on Facebook.
And the winner was...
Quite a nice website, actually, as well.
Edward Phillips.
So congratulations to Edward Phillips and who was the other one?
Sam Marsh.
Sam Marsh for being the prize winners this week. And once again, thanks to KRO, Keep Right On Clothing, for supplying the hoodie and the shirt.
It's come up again, take over. We're going to talk about that later, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Don't worry.
We will.
Not that we know anything.
Just want to take you back a little while, because this one cropped up in the week as well. England's performance in the qualifier.
Here we go.
New manager, Big Sam. New start. Everybody, kind of the same opinion as me. Is that same old, nothing will change. Mr. Pugh, off to go.
I thought they were very good.
You are?
I thought they were very good.
You what did you watch?
Which bit was very good?
Did you watch a retake of the 1966 World Cup final?
No. Huh? No, I watched Slovakia versus England. I watched the Slovakia side that beat Germany just before the Euros, that went for it at the Euros, tried to attack until they come against us when they were already out, and they knew a draw would take them through, and they defended resolutely, and we couldn't break them down in the Euros. And that's probably going to be our toughest game in qualification. And I thought we were good. I thought there was a direction. I thought there was a style of play, and I thought there was a plan that you could see that we couldn't see at certain points in the Euros. I thought Rooney was good. I thought Lallana was excellent. I thought Dele Alli, when he come on, was excellent. I thought John Stones was really promising. I thought there were really positive signs, and I enjoyed watching it, and I was delighted that we got through with the goal in the end.
Okay, perhaps I was watching a different game in the pub. Yeah. Perhaps.
Well,
perhaps I was stood up instead of lying down.
I've seen plenty of reports to agree with you guys. I've seen I think there's so much
expectation. Chris.
But where is the expectation coming from? We haven't won an international tournament since 1966. We haven't got to an international final since 1966. So where is the expectation that we should be battering teams left, right, and centre?
Yeah, I see your point.
I don't.
Point well made.
I don't see that. I don't see why we should be expecting that from England. I think Slovakia in Marek Hamšík and people like that, they've got as good a players as we have. So I think when we can go there and win 1-0 in what for me is going to be the toughest game of the qualification campaign, I thought for Allardyce's first game, I thought it was a good start, a positive start, and there were plenty of positives.
The only positive with me was the late goal, the very, 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 very late goal. Which
it was a late goal, and we kept going until the end, and we broke through.
If anybody's got any updates on the stolen tickets, like to know, wouldn't we?
Yes.
What happened?
Yeah.
Let us know.
We'll talk about England. You talk about your tickets.
Yeah. Sorry.
Your own time. And so then the other question that's been posed, and I know we've spoken to this end previously. I know you're smiling. You probably know what's coming, even though you haven't got the script in front of you.
Yeah, I haven't got the script.
Wayne Rooney
I thought it would be,
has said that he's going to retire after the 2018 World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you think he should go now?
No, absolutely not.
You're still adamant?
Yep.
You're still adamant?
I'm adamant that Wayne Rooney is... how am I going to put this? Wayne Rooney is still England's best footballer.
Okay.
And Wayne Rooney can dictate games, and Wayne Rooney can make things happen.
He can. I agree with you, he can.
And Wayne Rooney is England's captain, and we have a lot of young players that can learn a lot from Wayne Rooney as their captain. And for the next 2 years, Wayne Rooney should be England captain, and he should be a regular in... I'm not saying teams, not saying he has to play every game, but Wayne Rooney should be England's captain, and he should be in every squad.
Okay, that one's going to run.
And a lot of people are going to disagree with that.
Who have we got next in the qualifiers?
Malta, I think, at home.
At home.
Yeah.
Right.
Which will be a war. Even I will say that will be a walkover. It's Scotland beaten 5-1 away from home.
God.
So that's going to be a walkover.
Have you seen where you are at Super 6, mate?
I know.
Rooney should step down,
No,
said James Horrocks.
you're wrong, James Horrocks.
Thanks
for listening,
Get
though.
the young blood in now.
That's what I say now. While we've got 2 years, it's an opportunity.
But who are they going to learn from? Who's going to be the bedrock, the stability? If you just got
isn't that
young
the management job.
I would have thought it.
But there's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody that they can feed
Chicken
off.
and egg thing, isn't it? Really.
There's got to be someone they can feed off in that team, in that squad. Everybody looks up to Wayne Rooney, whether people like him or not. Every single member of that squad will look up to Wayne Rooney. He is England's all-time record goal scorer. He is England's all-time... Did he break the all-time outfield cap record for England men's tied?
Maybe.
I think against Slovakia.
Don't know, perhaps it's just people like me that think, I've had enough of this.
I think people don't like England. People don't like
England.
watching England.
I used to go to every single England game that there was at Wembley.
People
Every
don't like
single
Rooney.
game there
I
was.
don't know why, but people just will not have Rooney. People have not had Rooney since 2006.
Since he mouthed off at the camera.
Well, that was 2010.
2010.
People have not had him. People have not been having Rooney since before that. The fact that he's been at one of the world's biggest clubs for nearly 13 years now, and played international football for when did he come in? 2008 was it? So it'll be 10 years in international football, 15 years at Manchester United by the time he retires from international football.
Good coaching staff in dressing room is who they should be learning off.
Who said that one?
James.
But this is England. This isn't.
What have we got St
This
George's
isn't.
for?
This isn't Colchester in League One.
What have
With
we got
all
St
due
George's
respect, these England players, they don't need coaching. They're getting coached on a daily basis from their club side. Somebody like Rooney that's been playing international football for 10 years. These guys haven't been playing international football for long. They can't learn about international football from Allardyce. Allardyce has only been in the job 5 minutes. They can't learn the way international football is played by Allardyce. He's not going to be able to tell them.
Rooney should be shot.
Well, I see that one.
Brilliant.
I wasn't going to say that one.
What a mature response.
Get rid of the old knobs. We continue to use them, bring the young blood through. We
Agree.
continue to use the failures from previous competitions.
I agree.
They can learn from the coaches that are paid millions to teach the Muppets to
I
play
agree.
and win matches.
Can't learn international football from a manager that hasn't managed international football.
Firing.
But the coaches have, though, haven't they?
What Allardyce's coaches? Who's his coaching staff?
I don't know. Well, you would. What I'm saying is what the reason we got St George's.
Yes.
Right.
The reason we've got St George's,
£multi-million is because they advertised it on the back of it's just going to make our international football so much better with all the facilities and the coaches.
It could.
And
It could make
but
our
it
international
hasn't.
football so
It
much
hasn't.
better. But it's not. St George's has been open a few years, couple of years.
No, longer than that.
No.
Longer than a couple of years.
Wasn't
Somebody
it- wasn't
out
open
there
in
tell us when did
2010?
St George's
I
open,
think
please?
it's about 3 years.
I bet it's 4.
3 years is nothing. There's an international football. There's an international tournament once every 2 years.
Rooney ain't been right since Grab and Granny night.
Do you see? And there we go again. It's the one thing that everybody comes to.
You know what it is. That look.
But it's ridiculous. David Beckham had an affair on it with his wife. But he's a hero
Had an
to
affair with his
everybody.
wife?
Had an affair on his wife,
Oh,
sorry.
his wife, yeah.
And but he's a hero to everybody. Wayne Rooney does it, and he's the most hated man in England again. People don't like Wayne Rooney for some reason, despite the fact that he's broke England's all-time goal-scoring record, and despite what he's done for his country, despite the fact that he will always play for his country, friendly, qualifier, whatever, he'll always play for his country. He's always been willing to stand up.
Good
He's
point, ELO. Good point. Good point.
ELO's coming up with a good point.
So,
Happy birthday.
why change managers so often if they can't teach players to play the way we want to win competitions? There you go.
Interesting question. who do you get? Who do you get? Because if you get a foreign manager that's got international experience, then the fans will be unhappy because they want an English manager. But no English manager's ever done anything on an international basis.
Apart from Sir Alf Ramsey, who used to manage
Oh,
Birmingham City,
we'll
of
get
course.
Alf Ramsey in there, shall we?
dear.
Stolen tickets. Tickets got nicked, found them here, blocked stolen tickets, printed new ones.
That's a good
It's
service.
a good story.
Found him here, block the ticket straight away. Bang, have that. You're not getting in. But it would be good if the systems like allowed you to go. Oh, well, there's a ticket, and a little red light flashes up, and you know that they're not the ones that they should be, so to
I hope they
speak.
get named and shamed.
People say bring the young blood through. Yet we played Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, and they're all still slated. Who do you want to play? We don't have.
Well
We
said.
don't have players good enough. Simple.
Well said. No, I'm not going to have that. We haven't got players good enough.
Somebody agrees.
Oh, so you're
But-
half the comment you agree with then.
But yes,
yeah.
But his point is, we're crying out for young blood. We want Rooney out, and we want all the kids played. And then Harry Kane gets torn to shreds for his performances in the Euros, which weren't good enough, which weren't very good. Harry Kane is definitely better than what he performed in the Euros. But you can't cry for one thing and then slam them at the Euros and say they've got no experience.
He's just too old. Said Alan.
What do you mean he's just too old?
He's just too old. Rooney Saturday chopped Man City's goalkeeper. He's just too old.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having that he's too old at all.
Oh, I do love a debate.
Is he older than Ronaldo? Is he older than Cristiano?
I'd say they're about the same.
I reckon Cristiano is older than Rooney.
Really?
Yeah. Are we saying Real Madrid and Portugal
Ooh,
should
I
ditch
don't know.
Cristiano?
I think Rooney's probably older than Ronaldo.
It's Cristiano, by the way.
Yeah,
You
Cristiano.
can't call him Ronaldo.
Cristiano.
Thank you.
Cristiano. Not Kane, please, said Alan.
Wayne Rooney, born 24th of October 1985. Ronaldo, let's have a look at him.
So that's 31. Ronaldo's older than
And,
31. No, that's the Brazilian one.
It is.
Yeah, wrong.
Top Cristiano.
That's the ugly one. I'm guessing he's older.
Ronaldo. Cristiano's older than Rooney.
Yeah.
And Cristiano Ronaldo, born 5th of February 1985.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's about 9 months
And
older.
Rooney's 31 next month.
So what was Rooney? 24th of October 85.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot in it, is there really?
But he's all right. So he could have been the same birthday, but the principle's still there. We're not. Portuguese fans aren't saying
I've actually
Cristiano
got
should retire.
a picture of Wayne Rooney on my screen. I've got to get rid of that. It's got to go.
It's all coming out now.
It's too old. It's got to go. It's rubbish. It's rubbish.
It's a difficult thing is with the Premier League being as the Premier League is, and no disrespect with the influx of so many foreign players, our players just aren't getting a look in, are they? We've got very few to pick from.
Thing is, we could go on forever about this
We could.
because I don't agree with that either.
Okay.
I think if Dele Alli can play for Spurs in the Premier League, if he's good enough to play for Spurs, then that's good for England, because if he's good enough to break through, if Harry Kane is good enough to be Spurs' top striker, ahead of all the possible
Yeah,
ahead of all the possible foreigners they could
Look
bring
at the
in,
top teams.
then that's a good
Look at
thing.
the top teams: Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, for instance.
Yes.
and I'll go down to Tottenham.
Okay, John Stones, Raheem
but
Sterling,
the
Dele Alli,
the
Adam Lallana, Wayne Rooney,
overseas
Luke
players
Shaw.
that come in to those
Yeah,
teams, which
but
limit the
there's-
amount of English players that we can utilise.
But I think that the English players that do play for those clubs then will be better. Will be better for the benefit of playing alongside those foreign players.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
Because what would you rather have? Would you rather have Dele Alli playing alongside half a dozen average English players, or the likes of Christian Eriksen and Eric Lamela, who are good players?
I think the Chris Pugh Appreciation Society is
Well, I expected it to. Listen, I didn't expect anyone
leave
to
it at
agree
droves,
with me.
Most of the British goals came with the likes of Beckham, Lampard and Gerrard in the side.
I think you'll find he has scored more than a goal every other game since he's been captain.
Chris Pugh is going to go home tonight and research this to the core.
Well,
with the answers.
since he's been captain, Wayne Rooney has scored more than a goal every other game. I would say that is pretty close to being true. I haven't got the stat with me, but he has scored a lot of goals since he's been made captain, which was in 2014. No Beckham then.
Okay. We're going to leave the.
We're going to put
I
the
think it's
international scene
best.
to
I
a
think
side
it's
now.
best. Yeah. This is why we should have had a show just after the Euros, so we could have got this England stuff out of the way, because it's still very raw at the moment.
What if we don't beat Malta?
We will beat Malta. If we don't beat Malta, I'm going in the Thames.
We're definitely going to beat Iceland.
Can you hang on?
I remember that.
Can you name the river a little bit closer so we don't have to drive?
Yes. You could bungee jump in it.
There you go. If we don't beat
Bringing us
Malta,
right
I'll
on.
bungee jump over the River Severn.
Right, okay. That brings us on to the bungee jump and the amazing. And Chris, I have to applaud you for it. I really do. We got down there on the Sunday. I thought I was going to miss it, and I could see this crane in the distance. And then I get this text come through. I'm on next. Oh yeah, I'm saying, I can't miss this. I can't miss this. It's a one-off-life event, isn't it? Where Chris Pugh went 160 feet up into a cage, dangled by a piece of elastic. Came down at full force over water, which was quite a blessing, I thought.
Yes,
it was nice to see some water underneath you. But then shot back up again at a high rate of knots, and then came back down and
unceremoniously drops back down. Yeah,
it did look as though you almost enjoyed it.
No.
Talk us through.
I genuinely don't see how people can enjoy.
Talk us through the whole experience, then, Chris, because I've said that I can't do it.
Yeah.
Right, and I can't do it for medical reasons. But I don't think I could have done it. There you
Yeah.
go. That's me being absolutely honest. It's not for me. Heights, don't like heights.
Yeah.
Right. There was no hesitation on the top, which I absolutely applaud you for again.
Yeah.
And you just shot out. Like,
Well, once you're up there,
once
you're up there, there's no point, is there? There's no. You're not going. I'm sure some people do, but once you're up that high, you're not going to have the despair of being taken back down without doing it. Do you know what I mean? There's no point once you've got that high. There's no point in not doing it and not going for it. So once you're up there, you just do it.
We couldn't gauge your actual facial reaction. Obviously, we were 160 feet below you.
Yes.
Yeah. So you go up, and as you're going up, what are the guys saying to you as you're going up?
So I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest. At no point in the build-up to it was I worried or nervous. I genuinely was. The only thing I was worried about is if they'd let me do it because of my weight. But they did. That was fine.
Not even when the weight limit was 18 stone 9 and you weighed in at
18.8. I think it was. Yeah.
With a pound to spare, it was just elastic.
Was it knicker elastic? Said Ray.
It was a fair piece of elastic, wasn't it?
It was
a fair old piece.
Hefty rope. Yeah.
And
going up.
Go on.
No, Alan was just saying it's a great show, by the way.
Thanks, Alan. It's great to have you along. So going up then, what did the lads say to you? Because was it two lads and a guy with a video
I think so. Yeah. So they're basically they're asking, general. I think they're just trying to calm people down if people are nervous.
Well, did they
so
ask
they're
you,
saying,
are you sure
are
you
you
want to do
okay?
this?
Well, they're just saying, once we're up there, we'll explain what you're going to do and things like that. And they're just trying to ease. I think they're trying to ease your mind on it. But
easy in my mind, or you
but
get
no,
260 feet in the air with a bit of plastic and elastic hanging onto my ankles. Nothing would have enthused me at all.
but they're just talking to you. I think that the fact that they keep talking to you, is just to try and calm you down, sort of thing. But I was honestly not worried at all about it the whole way until you're going up. And you realise you're about a quarter of the way.
Could you see our house from there?
No, you're about a quarter of the way up, and you're looking down and thinking, "Oh, that is quite high."
I think I say on the video she's only halfway up now.
Yeah,
like, it's only halfway up.
And you start thinking, yeah, this is actually quite high. But as I said at the start, once you're there, you're not going to not go. You're not going to not do it. You're not going to not go for it. And he was saying, I think it made me think, actually, because he was saying, just get to the edge, arms out, and just commit to the jump. Don't. Yeah, I think I was probably wrong for most people. Yeah, but he just said, commit to the jump. Don't try and grab onto the rope, or don't try and grab onto the cage, or to me. And now, as he said that, I thought, I bet a lot of people try and grab onto him and take him with them.
He was harnessed.
But they're harnessed in as well. But I reckon a lot of people do that. The fact that he actually mentioned it, don't grab onto me. But yeah, he just said commit to the jump, and you just got and yeah, just got to do it. Once you're up there, you do it.
You're a brave.
So you stood on the edge.
Yes.
There was no hesitation, which I really genuinely applaud you for, because I don't think I'd have done it.
Yeah.
I'd have been the one to come down.
Yeah.
And you put your arms in the air.
Yeah.
Held onto them.
Yeah.
What were your actual thoughts at that split second?
But until the first
was it
bounce
going to be
up,
Geronimo or no?
No.
So there was no bravado there.
No. It's silly, isn't it? There's no point screaming. There was a couple of the guys when we first got there were screaming as they were coming down, weren't they? I was thinking to myself, what are you doing? There's no point in that. So no, but the one thing he said is just hold your arms out forward, like it's above your head sort of thing, and just keep them there. And I thought, well, I could just put my arms out or something, but it's what he said to do. So
because there is a fair piece of rope like flailing around as well.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, if your arms are outstretched, you don't know what it might. If you knock the rope or whatever, you don't know what it would be like. So yeah, so just kept my arms out and kept it all the way right until the last second as well. So
160 foot up, you come plummeting down to earth.
Yeah.
What was the feeling like when you knew that? Well, that's the bottom. I'm going back up now.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, until you bounce back up, you've just basically jumped out of a cage and you're diving into water. Yeah. Because although you know that the rope's there, you don't know what it's going to feel like until you bounce back up. So you just fall in towards water, and then you bounce back up, and then it's all right. Then you're just moving around in the air, and you're just waiting for them to drop you back down. But it's so funny with your eyes. Your eyes
were absolutely bloodshot.
Yeah.
They were.
They went pretty weird. But I suppose because you're dangling.
Yeah, sure.
You're dangling down.
Did that last long, or did it just disappear?
No, it didn't feel like it lasted long. So.
Yeah. And it was all on behalf of Sunshine Smiles, raising money for Sunshine Smiles
UK.
Sadly, their event had to get cancelled the following day in Birmingham, didn't it?
Lack of one of the events didn't turn up.
Great, isn't it? Great.
Well done to Rachel and Sam as well.
Of course,
absolutely.
They were good.
Yeah.
Sam doing it twice.
Sam came out backwards the second time.
Yeah.
That was an awesome thing.
I think did he hesitate on the backwards one? I think
yes, he did. Yeah.
But
that's not surprising.
that would be really weird to do it backwards. I don't think I'd have been comfortable doing it backwards. I think that would have been really weird. But
something you do again?
not for the crack, no.
Well, we did have Sharon with us, and we did offer that extra place to her, but she wasn't interested. Declined.
Funnily enough.
Can't understand some people. Selfish.
Yeah.
Selfish.
Yeah.
Selfish attitude. Can't believe that she didn't join in the fun.
No.
When our own Mr. Fun was
The man allergic to fun went for it.
with a fun allergy.
Put her on.
Oh, brilliant! But anyway, it was a grand morning. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I just applaud you. You were my hero for the day, without a doubt, mate. Because I couldn't have done it. No, I'd have been climbing back up the road. Right, okay. Back onto things. Blue. We've got half an hour left. What's that gone to? We did say that we were
Wayne Rooney's fault.
Yes, yeah. We did say that we would talk a little about the takeover in the second half. Well, we haven't had a second half yet. Because this is the third time we've missed the half-time break.
We haven't got time.
Who cares? The takeover. Now, Trillium Treasure.
Trillion Trophy.
Thank you. All the best to you, my friend. Say that when you had about 16 pints of lager. Trillion Trophies Asia are set, as far as we know, to take over January time, we think.
I think there's another meeting to
Somewhere
formalise it
between
in October, isn't it? I think
sometime between October and January.
Yeah.
With a promise of £10 million to keep the club afloat.
Yeah.
The way the whole thing has been handled, certainly by Ernst & Young, it must have been a minefield. It must have been a complete and utter minefield for it to take this long.
I can't even imagine what the state of BIHL would have been the day Ernst & Young walked through those doors. We go on about, and I keep hearing people complain about the way the Villa's gone and the Albion takeover and the Wolves takeover, but it is so much of a completely different.
They've also been very, very quick takeovers. Very quick takeovers. But
it's been so. They haven't had.
No,
a quarter of what we've had, of what we've gone through.
But the good thing with Trillium Trophies Asia is that they've stuck by it for 2 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they've had probably plenty of opportunity to do due diligence and find out what's going on behind
17th of October.
17th of October.
Yeah, I thought it was.
So they've had that opportunity to stand alongside the company and see how it ticks and how it works and this and that.
Yeah.
And they're still there.
Yeah.
So maybe this could be the most positive takeover we've ever had. Maybe. And I know that they're an investment company looking to sell it on.
Well, that's the thing people need to realise.
But then they've got 2 years to find a buyer.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be the Trillium Trophy Asia coming in, and then with the view to sell, and then they realise what a good thing they've got, and they keep hold of it forever and ever and pump loads of money into it. That's not going to happen. They are coming in to buy it for what they can get it for, to keep the club afloat, to try and do well, and then they can sell it.
So are people getting more excited than they probably should be?
I'm not. Do you know what?
It's not. We're not getting.
Yes, there's a massive flying thing in there.
Look at this beautiful little creature. Daddy
no, it's not.
No, it's not. Can we get rid of it?
It's not. It's a great big flying thing.
I couldn't.
So we're not going to get the Villa owner, who comes in and announces to the world and his dog what he's having for dinner every day on Twitter, and pumps 60 million.
The best team in Europe.
The best team in making outlandish statements like that.
I can remember somebody saying something similar.
And look what happened there.
Exactly.
So be careful what you wish for. Yes, he's put his money where his mouth is, because they've spent a lot of money this summer, an awful lot of money on Championship players.
Yes,
but then they would have also had a lot of money from parachute payments, etc.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah, exactly.
So they're in a position to do it. If they don't get themselves out of this mire and that dries up in a year or so's time, different story altogether.
Exactly. But we're not getting anything like that. I don't think. I'd love to be proved wrong, and we get. But that is all this club is craving.
They can only sell on a stable club.
Isn't that what we're craving? After 5 years of sitting here going, we don't know this, we don't know that, we don't get told this, we don't get that. The one thing that I would be desperate for from this deal is just to be a normal football club. Just to be able to say this is our these are our owners, this is our chief exec, this is the guy who deals with this is the guy who deals with that, and we're afloat, and we're still going, and we've still got a decent squad, and we've still got a good manager, and that's where we are. You know,
yeah. I think normal club. I think that's a rarity in itself, isn't it?
but well, yeah, normal is maybe the wrong word to use.
But aren't that
But
normal
just stable then.
Yeah.
You know, just to be able to say we know exactly what's going on.
Sitting here now, right, we've been doing this 5 seasons now. 5 seasons ago, obviously, we were in absolute
It's almost
talk.
5 seasons to the night.
Yeah,
It is.
It
It is very close.
And we were in absolute turmoil 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Complete-
We were in
not
turmoil
even-
a year and a half ago.
Not even knowing
No.
whether we were going to be in existence,
Exactly.
or you know, made into another car park or an Asda
Yeah.
or something like that. And that was absolutely genuine. And it was like rocking and shocking you to the core, week in and week out.
Yeah.
Absolutely not knowing, you know, what our destiny was going to be. When I come to Tilton Talk now on a Monday, and I prepare the notes and that right in a Monday afternoon, I've got like more air of I don't need to write about it. You know what I mean?
It might make our job more difficult because we need to find something else to talk about rather than mention the same names that we were 2 or 3 years ago. But you know, I would love that. You know, we don't have to mention who's our owner. You know, what's going to happen with the takeover? What's going to happen? You know, are we going to be here next year and stuff?
We have 90 minutes talking about football.
Imagine that.
We're also not privy to that information, are we? For inherent reasons.
Well, exactly. Of course, you know, for good reasons, like you say, for legal reasons. I'm sure there's plenty of things that we might never know about people that involved with the club now, or that used to be involved with the club. But like I say, it'd just be nice. So just to be able to be calm about the future of the club.
I feel more calm now than I have done for 5 years.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. A quick update on the Birmingham under 23. 75-minute gone. First change for Millwall. Kyril Mundell-Smith replaces James Browne. Still 2-1 to Birmingham. So.
The timing of the takeover, an injection of money if we're doing well, could be great for Blues.
I mean that's a good point. Yeah, if the takeover is before January, and those funds are made available immediately, then you know the budgets will be done, and I'm sure Rowett will be able to use some of it.
But then again, we won't know what the budgets are, because the last thing you want to do is start telling the clubs how much money you've got to spend, because the price of players goes up.
Yeah,
and Ray
possibly.
says turmoil with Clark in charge. I think everybody said it would be turmoil with Clark.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I backed him constantly. And I look back at that now. Look.
No, I know.
He was a Blues manager. That's all I cared about, right? He was there to do a job. Looking back, yes, I mean he made some fatal errors, but we're not there. We've moved on a million miles since then.
I agree.
Thankfully,
And,
a million miles.
And Mark Johnson, he says he remembers the first show. Well done all.
Oh, Mark
Does
was
he?
one of the.
Mark was one of the four.
Mark Johnson, one of the four. Mark, we need to meet you. We need to.
We'll get him
meet
in.
up.
On the same subject,
Yeah.
right, I haven't got a speech prepared.
Oh,
I could do one. I'll pass.
We've got a little bit of a presentation.
Really?
Yeah.
should we fill? Should we fill?
Talk
Talk about Rooney.
We'll have talk about Rooney.
That'll fill.
Yeah.
What's on?
So
this is for your 5-year service. You've got your little present.
oh bless. Oh, I'm overcome with emotion. Look at this. I've got
Emotions.
There you go.
I've got the. Look at that.
There you go. Have a look on the sleeve.
Has it got something on the sleeve?
Got something on the sleeve. Something special.
5 stars. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to treasure that.
There you go. That's your little present.
Look. Oh,
That's your 5-year service.
it's all been worth it. You won't be long there, will you?
No, probably not far behind. Well, probably a year and a bit.
Yeah, gotta be.
Year and a bit behind, maybe.
Oh, we need to dig back and find out when Chris's
Yeah, we
first.
could do another
first
bunch
show
of
was.
them.
Yeah.
Could
There
do.
you go.
You could.
Yeah.
No,
You two should do it for mine.
That's touched my heart. Bless you. I've got my genuinely. I don't. The only things that raise goosebumps on my arms is Birmingham City Norman. But, small little gestures like that. 5 years. Oh, thank you. Really. Oh, I'm well impressed. I'm
Alan said we could buy Rooney.
Oh, the cheek of
so
it
well
is the absolute cheek.
like it.
Right, okay. With the takeover, then let's put an assumption in that everything goes through October. Would you like to see Panos Pavlakis at the helm?
I would actually, yeah. Brilliant.
Saw that coming.
See, we're live broadcasting, and there's a Daddy
window's
Longlegs
open,
in
the lights
the.
on. There's 20
Bloody-
billion Daddy
I know.
Longlegs just about to invade the UK and to hatch, and we've got one of them in here.
And people want you to wear the T-shirt for the Tilton Talk Away days. There you go.
Certainly will. I was going to change into it then, but I'm on camera. Aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah, please don't.
No, we're all right.
No.
Next week, maybe.
No. Yes,
What
next
was
week.
the sorry, Panos?
Yeah.
I think he's done a really good job. I think he's brought in times where there was absolutely no trust whatsoever in anybody related to BIHL
And I think
within the fans.
For me, the difficulty was him because he looked very similar to the previous.
Well, yeah, but just the fact that he's a representative of the BIHL, and within that group, there was zero trust whatsoever from anybody within that group, from the fans, and he's brought a calmness over the fans,
we didn't know much. We don't know much now, but we know even less.
Yeah.
I've got to give the guy credit for the way he handles his Twitter account and his Facebook account. He lets people come onto his Facebook account, no issue with it whatsoever. And the stuff that he puts out is the stuff that you want to hear and see. Great day down at Fulham today, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
We're going to do this, we're going to do that. No shutting your mouth off, none whatsoever. Right? Joining in at what the fans want at the level that they want it at. Yeah. Like you say, we're not going to know ins and outs of boardroom bits and pieces. Then
We don't need.
when
But
it's over in
I don't
China,
think we need to. The average fan didn't need to know every detail what happens in every AGM. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I've got to give him credit for the fact that he let everybody know that he was in China. And
Yeah.
there was some business
Yeah,
to be done,
yeah, exactly.
Right? And ding dang do. Then the announcement was made.
Puts the teasers out for the transfers. I quite like that.
Absolutely.
But like I say, he has brought somebody that is relatable to BIHL, to the fans. The fans can relate to him, and he as a representative of BIHL, for him to do that. But he did it so quickly, didn't he? As well, that's the thing. He come in and he was straight at it in trying to win people over, trying to win.
But
the
what he
fans
didn't
over.
do was write in the programme something that we all found out to be complete and utter lies. Everything that he seems to say, is.
But he has been a man of his
truthfully
word.
honest,
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
straight down the line.
yeah.
No shiny, ball crap or anything like that with him. It's business is business and da 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 da.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
And when
I think he's
I
turned
see him
his-
around the ground on match days, and he's always saying hello to the staff and to the fans if he's around, and I think he's done a great job. Yeah, and I think he definitely.
He's still not come in yet.
We need to get him in.
No.
I mean, I have spoken to him a couple of times
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and he
Be
will come
nice.
in just when the time is right.
Yes, and we can understand
Which is
why.
fair
he's-
enough,
Now Nick's got his 5-year services.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Does anyone know how Panos got the job? I initially thought he was brought in by Carson Young.
We don't know.
No,
think it was
no
just
idea. No idea. I think.
and I think for what again, for how he handles his social media,
Yeah.
right, is let's leave it as it is. Let him carry on. Grand job. Thank you very much. You're doing it. But I would certainly be one that would advocate his continuation after
Yes.
ownership because he's been taken to by the fans.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Without a doubt.
yeah. I agree with that.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Anything on the shout box or the
No. Panos has been great for the club. Many thanks to him, says James.
Yes.
And ELO says that they will make it look as good as they possibly can to make money out of it. Going back to the
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
trillion.
But that's what investment companies do. They they'll try and get us for as cheap as possible.
Cool.
They'll hope that we can, if we get promoted, that's their job done for them, sorted, isn't it? But they want us to do as well as possible. They want us to do as well as possible because the better we do, the more attractive prospect we are.
scenario time then, Chris? Right. Let's say October goes through and we're still fourth.
Yeah. Ooh.
Or third.
Heady heights.
Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That 10 million might be. Let's sit down and have a push. As an investment company,
Yeah.
let's make it 20 million. It
Yeah.
might be. I'm saying it might be. Yeah. Let's make it 20 million. You go out and get the people that you need to do that.
Yeah.
At the end of it, Gary, you get that. The players get that. We get our wedge. Cheers, mate.
Sell it
All
as a
happy.
Premier League club.
And you've got 30,000 supporters on the top of the Gilmerit back open.
Well, exactly.
Oh, happy days. Look at
Yeah,
this.
that's the.
Goosebumps. Second time
But
tonight.
then what we can't do is take that and run with it. You know, you have to be realistic
Yes,
about it.
absolutely. Yeah.
And we've started the season fantastically, but it is 7 games. Played 6 games.
Six
haven't we?
games.
6 games in.
yeah.
6 games,
Yeah.
7 points, 4th in the league.
Yeah,
Would you have taken that when you...
you're not kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I'll
absolutely.
take it in May.
Hey, fireworks going out. See then.
I know there was
The
something
fireworks
going on.
outside,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, it's Eid Mubarak tonight, isn't it?
No, it's because of your tongue.
Yes, that's.
Of course
It's
it is,
definitely
me.
that.
It's
Yeah,
my 5-year service firework
it's
display.
definitely the 5-year
I
service
wasn't
fireworks.
expecting
Yeah.
you to go to that expense.
Of course.
Oh, I missed out on that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I could hear something going on in the background.
Just quickly going back to the bungee jump.
Yeah.
ELO says, if B6 get relegated and the Tilton Talk can raise £500, would you do it again?
If
500 quid? What for you? You personally pop?
If
your
B6
For me?
the question
A-
is
a
this,
personal-
if B6 get relegated,
Yeah.
and the Tilton Talk Show raises £500, no, for the chosen charity, of
Yes,
course,
yes.
which is Birmingham Children's Hospital, yeah,
Yeah.
would you do another one?
if B6 get relegated, yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
You've heard it here first on the Tilton
There's an
Talk Show.
incentive now, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's an incentive for every championship team to
Yes,
to,
there
to
you go.
beat
Come on.
B6.
Come on.
You get to see Major.
Well, that's all we can say on the takeover, really, because we don't know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
We'll leave that to the likes of Daniel Ivory to do his investigations and continue. But I just feel in the art of arts that it is coming to an end. There is the light
Yeah.
at the end of the tunnel. Isn't somebody with a torch bringing more woes, so
No.
to speak.
Now,
So,
now that it's actually become the sort of this is your life.
Who,
Nick,
sorry?
Now it's become
Oh,
this,
yes.
this is your life. Nick
Yeah.
Spall. Mark has just asked, what is the most memorable show you can think of in the last 5 years?
there's been quite a few. One where we had some biscuits. That was quite memorable.
Yes, yeah. There were Oreos, weren't they?
Right, for me, the one with Ian Danter. I liked Ian Danter, lovely guy.
Classic show.
I'm going to have to give you 5 or 6. I'm going to have to give you 5 or 6.
Still on YouTube if you want to look at it.
Yeah. The one with James Nursey, I like that one. That was a very
Good
good
one,
one,
yeah,
very
brilliant, yeah.
informative. The one obviously with Tom Ross, because he's always been a cult hero. He trod on him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
always been one of those people that he's just got that because of his iconic voice and the way that if ever you were listening to the blues, you'd tune into Tom.
Yeah.
Certainly the ones with Devlin and what's his name?
Tate.
Tatey.
Oh, yeah, they're Tate. That
Absolute
was a good
cracking
one, yeah.
shows. They
Yeah,
were brilliant.
Yeah.
But then also some of those times when we haven't had a guest in. And we've just chatted,
laughed.
naff about anything.
cried.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And
Those times I probably wasn't. Yeah.
I genuinely can't believe it's been 5 years, Chris. I can't believe it's been 5 years. Goosebumps again.
Scarf Lady.
Scarf Lady.
Without a doubt. I mean,
Yeah, no.
the Scarf Lady
The
belch, when she belched. I met her up at the ladies' night at the Moors a couple of weeks ago, and just stood in front of her. I says, "Come on and belch." And Tracy says, "She just has done about a minute ago." She don't care. But that was lovely to be trusted by somebody that didn't know us. To pick her up from a house and to bring her down here and make her a part of.
Yeah.
And obviously things have progressed since then. She's had a coat and she's got a couple of bricks on the wall, and she's met Tom Ross and had a day on the centre circle.
Ray's just reminded
Obviously
me
that
of
was
the,
organised before the Tilton
Yeah,
Talk Show
yeah,
with her.
Yeah. Robert Hopkins show.
The Robert Hopkins one was just brilliant.
One thing I remember about that night was I asked, he was saying, shall I bring a couple of bottles in? And I remember saying, yeah. So he brought a crate in.
He did, didn't he?
A crate in.
Yeah.
I says, we're only here for an hour.
Lovely
man.
Then there was an early one with
Broads as well.
Yeah, Broads.
Wow, crikey,
Yeah.
what a show. We could do 2 or 3 with Broads. It just
Well, we
went
got
on.
some interesting news for you, because coming up shortly, we've got another guest coming in,
Yes, we have.
and that will be the one and only legend that is Mr. Ian Clarkson.
Yes, hopefully in a few
promised
weeks'
to come
time.
in.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, so many memorable moments, and quite often the drive back home's memorable as well, when you sit and reflect about what people have said, and and things you could have said that you
Yeah.
in the moment in
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
when we're here sitting and think, oh, if I'd have said that would have opened up another 5 minutes or something. Even some of those nights, Chris, where we struggled to say anything,
Yeah.
You know, we've gotten to like the last 10 minutes and we're talking about microphone stands and things like that. You know?
Or Jaffa cakes.
But do you know what? For an hour and a half radio show every week, just about blues, there aren't many occasions.
Oh, no, you're going to hate this. Sorry. Update from the under 23s. 88 minutes. Goal for Rooney. 2-2. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
He's always to blame, I know.
Just hate Rooney even more.
To blame.
Yeah, sorry for putting in that good.
But no, it's like you know, I've been doing it about 3 years probably, but every week for an hour and a half, just talking about blues or football or whatever. There aren't many occasions that I've remembered that we have actually struggled to fill.
2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, but
2 or 3, and certainly some in the early days when we were, you know, on plastic microphones and we didn't have all this technology to assist, and of course then we didn't have the fan base that we've got now. I mean, for the last couple of 3 shows, we've had 30,000 odd representations on you know, all formats.
Yeah.
And that's incredible. From when James who listened into that first one?
Yeah.
And there was 4 in your cat.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Some of the phone-ins have been good as well.
I'm looking forward to getting this new phone-in software so that we can
that's gonna
get
be
more
all-
people to have their say as well.
I've got the system bought, ready.
Yeah.
Just needs that final push to get
Yeah.
sorted.
And I think it's a nuclear war going on. Fireworks. I'm sure that's not for a 5-year representation on the Tilton talk show at the size of some of them that are going on down there.
And James Horrocks said, first time I've tuned into the show, really enjoyed it, thanks to you all.
Nice one, James, and thanks,
Thank you,
and
James.
welcome along. Welcome to the journey. We do this every single Monday night. It is a Tilton talk show, of course, with Mr. Pugh, Mr. Browne, and myself, mate. Right, okay, moving on. What do you think about the rotators that pop up every now and again on social networks?
I mentioned this on the Facebook group. I don't think there's many.
No.
I really don't think there are many.
And do you think it's just
all
because
it
of
is?
that frustration?
All it
It seems to be the same people as well.
it's just when you lose a derby, you're going to be frustrated, and
it's like there was a comment on that. It's how we lost against Wolves.
well, exactly, yeah. You know, that was a disappointing day, and it seemed after that game that there were quite a few, you know, pointing fingers at Rowett and things. But I genuinely don't. If you had a straw poll now, would you want Rowett gone or do you want him to stay? I think you'd have 80% plus saying stay.
I'd never say it. I've never said it. I'll never say it.
No.
I won't.
Well, there's been no point in his tenure for me that I've thought he's got to go. You know, he's passed. He's done all he can
at the end
for
of Lee
us.
Clark's reign, yes, I had to capitulate and say, yeah, time is right. It's over. It's done with. But I supported him all the way through his reign there. But now we've got something that is a class act and is different.
I genuinely don't think there are many people who would want Rowett out if they had the opportunity. You know, I think it was the frustration of the Wolves game that boiled over. Since then we've got players in the transfer window, and we've beat Norwich at home, and we've had the international break, and we've come back from that and won away at an unbeaten Fulham.
We've also got Reading away tomorrow, which could put us 1 point off the top of the league.
Yeah, exactly.
So win that one tomorroon, and we're 1 point off the top of the league, and another 3 points away from B6.
How Reading doing? I know they won.
I think that they won at the weekend. They won on the Friday night game, but
that's 2-1, wasn't it?
Yeah. But that was 2 penalties, I think. Well, there were 3 penalties in that game, but I think I genuinely couldn't think of a manager that could come in and do as good a job as what Rowett's done for us. You know, it's easy to say, yeah, we've progressed since when he first come in, but I can't not think about where we were when he come in, when he walked through the door, and the job he's done.
Reading currently in 11th place. I'll start that again. Reading currently in 11th place on 10 points. So if they beat us tomorrow, they'll lead.
Yeah, but it's that after 6 games, the league is going to be that congested.
Yes,
it's going to be that close. You know.
Yeah. Oh, look at 17th.
Of course, memorable shows. The one after the coffee.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, and
Carrying the coffin out live.
Just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
There, like I said, there's been quite a few.
There's been a lot.
There'll probably be a lot more as well.
Imagine where we'll be on the 10th year anniversary.
Oh,
Champions of Europe, bro.
Champions of Europe, biggest club in Europe.
Broadcasting from St Andrews would be nice.
Oh.
Tony Shah is our chairman.
Yeah. He's jumped ship.
Oh, dear me, dear me.
Ian Forbes said, we have to let the team settle in as I think they are coming together. We are in a strong position now. We're in a strong position now to kick on.
I agree. You know,
The fourth?
exactly.
You'd have taken that.
You're not kidding. But the settled squad thing is right. You know, but as I mentioned earlier, we've got players in every position now. We have got a little bit of depth in every position.
Yeah.
But if you're winning, well, you got Wiggins in for cover for grounds, and obviously Caddis is still here, so that's cover for right back. So you know, I think there are players in every position that could come in if they needed to. But if you're winning, the dilemma is there. You know, how do you change a winning side?
Another question was, how good is Grounds? Could he improve? 2 clean sheets either side of the break.
I think he did well against. I watched from the bits I saw against Norwich. You know, he made a couple of quite important interventions. One I think it was at 1-0 still, and he made quite an important block. Again, a bit like Rooney for England. He's one that fans will always struggle to get to grips with. You know, I think if we do lose a game or concede a goal, they'll always look at what Grounds has done in that goal. I think he's the fall guy for a lot of fans.
Charlie says, do you think we could go up?
Charlie, we obviously asked this question this time of the season last. Yes, of course.
I think absolutely, of course we could.
We could.
Of course we could.
But what we've got.
Do I think we should? No, absolutely not. There's no reason for us to think that we have the God-given right to, and we should go up. Definitely not.
Because Newcastle looking very strong, aren't they?
You know, but there are so many teams like that. You know, but there's no reason why any team in this division can't go up.
Apart from Rochdale.
Well, they're not in it.
No,
Rotherham.
Yeah.
I was going to say Rochdale couldn't go up. You're right there. There is no reason Rochdale could go up.
Okay, and goalkeepers. With the issues with the goalkeepers over the weekend, the ball out, the one at Fulham, the one at Man City. Should goalkeepers defend, or should they just be traditional goalkeepers?
I loved the way Man City played. I thought they were excellent against Man United, and I think to do that, you do need to have trust in your goalkeeper. I think you do. You have to. Yeah, he made a couple of mistakes. Obviously, the mistake dropping the cross, which led to the goal, and he was lucky to get away with the penalty on who's that Man United player now? That Man United player.
That name again.
But he was lucky to get away with that one. Maybe if the ref would have given a penalty, I think I could have understood why he would have given it. But the way Man City played, and the way Man City can play, and all the good teams now, you know, the way Bayern Munich and Germany can play because of the way Neuer can pass the ball and control the ball. I think if you are going to play that way, yeah, for someone like us, you know, I'm not being funny, but in the Championship, I don't think you have got the opportunity to play silky and around the back like that because it's too frenetic. But if you have got the players available, you know, then, and if your keeper can play as well as like a defender, then you are going to have the opportunity to play some really good football.
B6 won't go up, says ELO. Goalkeepers are a different breed. That's why they're in goal, said Ray. Ian says top 6 we should be happy with that. Anything better than that, we should be.
We should be very. If we get top 6, it'll be unbelievable. Yeah. It'll be an unbelievable achievement considering.
What a great start Huddersfield have had, though. Again, that's testament, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they played a lot of money here?
No.
But they've got the right players in, you know. They've got a good manager with a solid.
It's amazing what a good manager and a good coach can do.
Yes.
Oh, I wonder if that would work in the England set. Oh no.
No. So Sorry for dropping that.
Okay, we're possibly looking at a Tilton tour bus going up to Newcastle on the 10th of December.
There are so many people that are interested in that
Yes.
I don't know anybody, and I know so many people who are interested in that.
So we'll keep you posted on that one. Other dates that we're possibly looking at are Cardiff, Norwich,
Huddersfield
possibly
again would be good.
Huddersfield again.
Yeah, good fun that was.
But I definitely I've not done Newcastle, and we've got some friends up there which we could crash out with. I could lie on their floor, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I might have to have a celebratory 5-year lie down later.
How
Like at
many
home.
tickets do you get from Newcastle?
Sorry.
Must be a fair.
You get a
fair
few,
few.
you get a
Was it
few.
55,000?
Yeah, I think so.
And the last question.
Imagine a Tilton tour to B6 come April if we're still in the hunt.
We could walk there.
Yeah, we could. A
March.
Tilton sort march.
Like a Jarrow march.
Or march from St Andrews.
All wear
Yeah.
flat caps, that's it.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinder march.
No.
Across the A28,
Please
could you imagine?
Please don't.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh, the thought of it.
Dennis, can you help us pull this one off?
No, wouldn't do it.
Come on.
No.
We wouldn't get the
I
ticket
think-
allocation.
I think, as I mentioned before, I think people dressing up as TV characters is a bit sad.
Do you think so?
I think so, yeah. It's a bit disturbing.
Says Chris with his Wurzel Gummidge. Check it on.
Let me front into.
Well, there we are. A minute to 9. It's gone
what?
absolutely crazy. And I think one of the greatest things we've done is itched onto the KRO Facebook page as well as our
Yes,
own.
thanks to them.
And thanks to them.
Yes, definitely.
And what we look forward to doing is to talking about 2 games, hopefully, next Monday.
I'll take 4 points from 6.
You'd take 6 from 6, wouldn't you?
Yes, I think I would. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And basically, Reading away. And then
Sheffield
at home,
Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday.
On the telly.
We're charging them £42 a ticket to get in.
Well, it's on the telly, so
Right, okay. Well, 5 years into the making. Thank you very much, Chris, for my t-shirt. And thank you, Chris, as well, for all your support and all your kindness and your generosity and all the biscuits and all.
well done for making it 5 years.
Thank you very much. Long may it continue, and maybe another 5, who knows. But most of all, thanks to you people out there, because without you, we are nothing at all. Thanks to Dennis, thanks to Ray for all their input, thanks to all the admin teams as well over the weekend. I look forward to hopefully being in a very happy mood next Monday night, Tilton Talk Show 7:30 through till 9 with me.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's see you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy. Follow